trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Right now, we begin at noon today with breaking news. The Providence Public School District officially has a new superintendent. Dr. Javier Montanez has been the acting superintendent of the district since August 20th. Governor Dan McKee announcing today Montanez will take over the position permanently. He'll be the superintendent through the 2023-2024 school year. We will, of course, have much more on this story, including reactions starting tonight on ABC6 News First at 4. Continuing with our focus on our schools now, and it is a special election day in Johnston. Voters are heading to the polls to make a decision on whether or not to approve a $215 million bond. We do appreciate you for joining us today. I'm Casey Cantz. That bond would transform the Johnston School District and impact every single school in the town. Let's get you out live right now to ABC6 News reporter Laura Puglisi, who is in Johnston today for us with more on this story. Laura, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Casey. Yeah, if approved, that money would go towards building 2 new schools and renovations to every single school in the district. It is a huge project, and the mayor says that it won't cost homeowners a dime.
We want our children to have the best, and it's time. You know, they need some new schools, right? We're voting. What are we voting today?
Yes.
It was an easy choice for Raina Spada and her 4-year-old son, Aldo. The Johnston mom voting yes for the $215 million school bond.
Well, it's important to us that, our town has newer schools. I like the sound of better air conditioning, heating systems, new technology. These buildings are really old.
If approved, the town school system would transform, building a brand new early childhood center, consolidating 4 elementary schools into 1 massive school, and putting millions of dollars into renovating the middle and high school.
And I'm just hoping that people go out today and vote. It's very important. It's going to change the dynamics of the whole town, really. The schools are going to affect every age group, from pre-K to high school.
Mayor Joe Policina says the plan wouldn't cost homeowners a dime. The town would borrow $215 million with a 56% reimbursement from the state. The rest of the money, about $95 million, would come from taxes, but the mayor says the town has it covered.
We've had so much growth and development from businesses coming into the town that it's going to have a negligible effect on the taxes. The taxes will not go up because of the schools. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Tax dollars from new developments, including the Amazon warehouse, are expected to cover the existing annual bond payments. But the decision ultimately up to voters. The mayor believes it'll pass with flying colors.
I'm very positive. I feel the bond question is going to pass overwhelmingly. I really believe that. The children of today, tomorrow, and way in the future will benefit from this.
The polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight. I spoke to poll workers inside here at the elementary school and the high school. They said turnout hasn't been that great, but of course that could continue and change throughout the day. We'll keep you updated tonight on the results. Reporting live in Johnston, I'm Laura Puglisi, ABC6 News.
All righty, Laura, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Also happening today, residents in Dartmouth will vote on whether to change the controversial high school logo there. The Dartmouth Indian has been the school's logo for years. It was designed in 1974, and some residents think it is disrespectful. It features prominently, or is featured, I should say, prominently on athletic uniforms also there in Dartmouth. Today's vote is non-binding, and what that means is basically even if residents vote to get rid of the logo, it won't be an immediate change. Let's switch gears right now and take a live look outside at this lunch hour in Rhode Island. And it is a cloud-free sky out there right now. A little bit of sunshine, too, peeking through as we welcome in meteorologist Chelsea Priest today for a look at that forecast on this Tuesday. Hi, Chelsea.
Casey, yeah, it's been an absolutely beautiful morning outside. But from here, the clouds are already slowly starting to work their way in. The thin layer at first, and they'll get thicker and thicker as the day goes on. The temperatures are nice, though. 55 in Providence right now with a breeze that is south-southeast around 9 miles per hour. 55 is the average high for this time of year. We're going to gain another few degrees into the afternoon, especially for our inland spots already running much warmer than where we were yesterday at this time. The 24-hour temperature change shows you about a 5 to nearly 10-degree jump up in temperatures across southern New England in some locations. So a warmer day. That being said, again, we've seen plenty of sunshine all morning long. You can see those thicker clouds off through western Connecticut, down over Long Island right now. The thin layers starting to roll in as we speak, and the clouds are going to continue to thicken up as the day goes on. So hopefully you enjoyed the sunshine this morning, and the little bit of sun we'll continue to see in the next couple of hours because the wider view of the satellite radar image shows you rain down to our south and west, moving through Maryland right now, inching closer to southern New Jersey, and that line is going to continue to push farther towards us as we head through the remainder of the night tonight. What we're looking at for the rest of the afternoon is dry conditions, just a lot of clouds around, some sun at times. Temperatures hovering around 60 degrees. By 9 and 10 o'clock, we're still seeing dry conditions. It's not until midnight that some scattered showers start to move in. Some steadier rain expected tomorrow, and I do have rain chances through a lot of the 7-day forecast, at least for the rest of the work week. I'll have much more coming up in just a few minutes. Casey?
Thanks, Chelsea. We'll check back in. Other headlines are following today. New today at noon, a West Greenwich man fighting for his life today after being hit by a truck in Andover early this morning. This was on Route 495 north at exit 99. It was just before 1:30 this morning. The man telling troopers he ran out of gas and left his car parked in the breakdown lane. The driver of the truck that hit him did stay on scene and is cooperating with police. The names of the victim and truck driver have not yet been released. An Attleboro woman arrested for driving drunk and crashing into a ditch in Rehoboth last night. Police say 35-year-old Monique Hines was driving fast and swerving in and out of lanes on Fairview Avenue. At one point, police say she almost hit several utility poles, going about 80 miles per hour. Hines ended up crashing into a ditch on Fire Tower Road. She was arrested and charged with OUI as well as driving with a suspended license. Now to the crisis in Ukraine and horrifying scenes of death and destruction left behind in war-torn cities just outside the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv after Russian troops withdrew into other parts of the country. But the Kremlin is calling the images a hoax. Here's ABC's Alex Prochet.
I am addressing you on behalf of the people who honor the memory of the deceased.
This morning, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky addressing the UN Security Council.
The massacre in our city of Bucha is only one, unfortunately, only one of many examples of what the occupiers have been doing on our land.
Russia also attending the meeting. It comes a day after Zelensky says he witnessed some of the atrocities of this war firsthand in the town of Bucha, just northwest of Kyiv. The bodies of civilians now being discovered reportedly executed in the streets. This victim with a grocery bag just feet from where they fell. Authorities saying more than 300 victims have been recovered so far. Some bodies were found in mass graves. ABC's James Longman is there.
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies in this tiny room in this basement where Ukrainians say people have been tortured.
Russia has called these images fake and says claims of war crimes could hamper peace talks.
The reports are more than credible. The evidence is there for the world to see.
President Biden is vowing to impose more sanctions against Russia, suggesting Vladimir Putin should be tried for war crimes.
He is a war criminal. This guy is brutal. And what's happening in Bucha is outrageous, and everyone's seen it.
Ukrainian forces have taken back northern parts of the country, but the U.S. Department of Defense warns Russia could send dozens of 800 to 1,000 battalion tactical groups into the eastern Donbass once those units recover from the fighting in the north. And there are still so many civilians caught in the middle of this fighting. Ukraine's prime minister this morning says that 7 humanitarian corridors will open from the city of Zaporozhye to Mariupol. Alex Prochet, ABC News, Washington.
And still ahead today at noon, the future of COVID booster shots up for discussion this week when we could get some answers from the FDA. Plus, Dr. Ashish Shah starting a new role in the White House today. A look at the challenges that he will face and the finale of March Madness. A look back at Kansas's big win over UNC last night. You're watching ABC6, Southern New England's trusted news source. Welcome back now to our continuing coverage of the coronavirus. An FDA advisor is set to discuss the future of booster shots during a meeting tomorrow. Just last week, the FDA expanded the emergency use authorization of 2 vaccines so people 50 years and older can get a second booster as early as 4 months after their first. But what about people younger than 50? Should they get a second booster, and when? Those are some of the questions that will be answered tomorrow. That meeting will also include an update on variants. And from the Dean of Brown University's School of Public Health to the White House, to the COVID response coordinator there, Dr. Rajesh Shah, beginning his new role today in Washington. Shah will lead the response of the entire U.S. government to the pandemic while also advancing the nation's global health priorities and policies.
So Americans have to get vaccinated, and being boosted is the best possible protection against it. I'm pretty confident we're going to get through any BA2 surge that it comes our way as well.
And again, Dr. Jha, the new White House COVID response coordinator. Some of the big challenges ahead, according to President Biden, include preparing for new waves and variants, also improving the vaccination rates for children, and providing booster shots. Still to come today at noon, the biggest comeback in national championship history. Last night, we have more on the Kansas Jayhawks' huge win over UNC. Welcome back, and now to the NCAA basketball championship. Kansas making an historic comeback last night to defeat North Carolina by 3, 72-69 the final. ABC's Rena Roy has a recap.
The game is over, and Kansas completes the biggest championship comeback.
A historic comeback in men's college basketball's biggest night. The Kansas Jayhawks down as many as 16 points, turning things around to take home their 4th title.
How do you describe the resiliency it took to make this happen?
This is how our team is. I mean, we've been like this all season.
The UNC Tar Heels jumping out to a big lead in the first half.
Again from the wing, and done again.
And first-year head coach Hubert Davis was feeling confident.
We're competing out there. It's live action, Tracy. It's live action out there.
But Kansas coming out inspired to start the second half.
Look at that go somehow.
Turning this into a back-and-forth game.
From away, and he hits another one.
I envisioned this being on a podium, but I didn't envision being down 15 at halftime and how we did it.
Carolina with one last chance to send the game to overtime, but falling short.
I can't be more proud of the group that I just coached this year.
The most outstanding player of the NCAA tournament, Ochai Agbaji, emotional and hugging his family moments after the big win.
And 14 years after winning his first title, head coach Bill Self is now the only Kansas coach to bring home a second trophy, but he gives all the credit to his players and their toughness and resilience. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
It's really been such a gorgeous morning across southern New England. At this point, clouds are thickening up and we won't see quite as much sun as we did this morning in the coming days. We have rain chances Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I don't think the days are washouts, but hopefully you were able to enjoy some sun yesterday and some sun today, because you can see for areas all the way to the south and southwest right now over Block Island, especially, those clouds are thickening up. In Providence, you're getting the thin layer of clouds starting to roll in, and it's just going to get more and more cloudy as the rest of the day goes on. Temperatures are nice. We're in the mid to upper 50s right now. A few degrees cooler for our coastal spots. We have a breeze coming in right off the water today. It's going to keep us on the cooler side of things. 52 in Newport, 54 in Westerly. Still not bad. 49 over Block Island. Pretty seasonable for this time of year, and warmer than where we were yesterday at this time. We've had sunshine all morning long. We were able to warm up pretty quickly after a cool start to the day. At this point, we're running about 5 or so degrees warmer than where we were yesterday at this time, and right at our average high right now for the Providence area, which is 55 degrees. Nowhere near any records set back more than 100 years ago. We're going to sit in that average rain really for a lot of the upcoming days. Our sunset this evening at 7:16 p.m., although by sunset will be pretty overcast. The breeze is coming in from the south for most of us. Still a variable breeze up north, but gradually as the day goes on, all of us get this breeze from the south. And again, that does keep us just a little bit cooler for our coastal spots. Inland spots get to around 60 in the afternoon, but along the coast we'll stay a few degrees cooler. Water temperatures are still only in the low to mid 40s this time of year, so that of course is going to keep that immediate coastline a bit cooler. Now as we head through the day tomorrow and into Thursday, again, more clouds around, rain around, especially through the first half of the day tomorrow, which kind of prohibits us from warming up too much. We're going to hover in the upper 40s to about 50 degrees tomorrow, so cooler than where we've been. Still not too far off from our seasonal averages, but a cool day on the 7-day. Thursday will warm back into the mid 50s, and then we'll be in the 60s and stay relatively mild through the weekend, and it looks like we'll continue to warm up into next week. But again, the sunshine that we had this morning is the last of our full sunny skies that we'll see for a little while. Thickening clouds off to our southwest. You'll still see some sunshine as we head through the next couple of hours, kind of a mix of sun and clouds, but then we'll track this rain that's coming in from the south. We'll see rain showers moving in really not until about midnight. So what you're looking at is a dry afternoon, just more clouds out there. Overcast through the evening hours, and then around midnight some spotty showers starting to develop. Now this is 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. The rain is a bit more widespread. A wet morning commute tomorrow with some steady rain out there. Lunchtime still pretty wet. I do think that into the afternoon hours, the later part of the afternoon, things do dry up a bit. It's still overcast, it's still damp, but the steady rain comes to an end. And then Thursday's opposite from tomorrow. What we're going to see is dry conditions through the morning and early afternoon. By the later afternoon, our next round of rain comes through. There may be some rumbles of thunder within this line overnight Thursday into Friday morning, and then from there we should slowly start to dry out a bit. About 60 degrees today. Again, we get the increase in clouds, a little bit cooler at the coast thanks to the breeze from the south. Overnight, rain moves in. Again, really not until about midnight. It will be steady, though, for tomorrow morning. Late in the day, we'll start to dry out a bit, but I do still think it stays pretty cloudy and damp outside with the mist and the drizzle. Highs around 50. Dry for the first half of the day on Thursday. Rain moves in late Thursday, continues overnight into Friday. Friday, we warm up. Still a few spotty showers around at times this weekend, but seasonable temperatures, if not warmer than average. Casey?
That we'll check right back in with you after the break, too, because it's Tuesday. That means it's time for Pick of the Litter. There's our buddy Freddie. He's back in our studios today. You'll see him again when we come back.
Pick of the Litter. Brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That means it's time for Pick of the Litter. And Freddie is back with us today. You may recognize him. He was here, I want to say a month or so ago. He's having trouble finding a home.
He is. I really need help for Freddie. And let me start by saying there's no adoption fee for this guy. We want to find him a home. Freddie's a 2-year-old. He's kind of a big guy. He's some sort of a pit bull Roddy mix. Sure. I don't know, but he's a slender, attentive young man who came to us when he was surrendered by someone who was living in a car.
Okay.
We thought his owner was going to come back, and he essentially was abandoned with us. Aww. He needed severe medical treatment. He had a terribly infected eye that had to be removed, so he's a one-eyed puppy.
He's so handsome, though. I mean, his coloring is
handsome guy.
So pretty.
He's just a fun guy. He's great on a leash. We think he'd be great with a single owner and a family with no other animals, because we don't know how he'd be with other animals.
Sure.
But he's an example of everything we do. We took him in as a hardship board. We provided free medical care. Now we've had him for over 6 months. And he's been out a couple of times. He came back both times because the people who adopted him said his snore was too loud.
Oh, Freddie.
So what we did is we sent him to a foster home, and his experienced foster parent had him sleep outside of her bedroom.
Okay.
He whined for a little while, but then he was fine outside. So that's, except that he snores, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with spouses
No
who snore.
kidding, right?
Freddie's a good guy.
Okay, so with that one little exception, which it sounds like there's some workarounds that we can find Freddie that perfect home. He really is just a sweetheart and so handsome with
He's
that
a
coloring.
great guy.
He really is.
He's a fan favorite. The volunteers love him. And I don't know why he's not moving, but we want to get him out.
We got to find him a good home. So hopefully, if you or anyone you know who is interested in the sweet boy, he needs a little help, a little extra help, you can contact the RSPCA at 401-438-8150. You can visit the website, the Facebook page, and reach out to find out more.
Oh, yeah, Chelsea, we got to get Freddie adopted. Such a handsome, happy guy. And again, no adoption fee either, yeah. Still to come today at noon. Golf shoes inspired by waffles. Yeah, more on the tasty combo ahead of the Masters. We'll tell you about that coming up. Well, finally today, check these out. Waffle House teaming up with Adidas to create a pair of golf shoes that are inspired by, you guessed it, waffles. It's all to celebrate the Masters tournament. You can see the off-white color of the shoes is similar to waffle batter. There's even a waffle pattern. They go on sale Thursday as the Masters gets underway. And huge news from the Masters today as Tiger Woods says he's going to give it a go.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Something to watch for
We
sure.
will keep it. Oh, I think that anytime Tiger says he's going to be a part of any tournament, it's just must-see TV.
I kind of like those sneakers too.
Yeah, would you wear those?
I don't know. They look
I would
cool.
eat them. I would eat them.
Right? They look neat.
Yeah.
We're dry for now. Rain's going to move in overnight, Casey, and we have some steady rain for your morning commute tomorrow morning.
Joe, appreciate that. Thanks for watching today, folks. We'll see you at 4 o'clock. We're always online, too, at abc6.com.